Hey guys, today don't even know what to do today with myself, but you know, Eternal Stream has to go on live every day, even if we just come for an hour. So I don't really know what to play today. I have half a mind to start a new Warhammer 2 campaign. I mean, I can't survive a month without Warhammer 2. It's crazy. So, what we're gonna do? This is Jibber Jabber Part 2. We're gonna check the update they done to the Fastag beta update, and we're gonna talk a little. So, you guys, if you have anything to ask, how they call it, MAA with Elich, ask me anything. Start a new character in Diablo. Nah, man, I'm done with Diablo Asricando. This is the time, boys. Ask questions. Oh yeah, before we start, yeah, I forgot. Okay. Oh, what the? Okay, that's been done. Oh, almost uninstalled the wrong game. Oh, almost. Man, Gone Combat sucks. Man, Warhammer has ruined everything. The only Medieval 2 had some proper mod support in this day and age, but it's just old. Warhammer has ruined historical Total Wars. It's official. They've been ruined. That combat is so bad compared to Warhammer, man. So bad. Okay. Let's go back to the Fastag beta update. So they updated the Fastag beta. I hope the music is not too loud in the background, guys. Tell me please if it is. And this happened 5 days ago. This is live on the Fastag beta. If you don't know what I'm talking about, in your Steam library, you can click properties on a game, and you have betas, and this is it. So if you're still playing regular version, you should not be playing regular version. Play the Coast beta. So what has been updated? Let's read it. It's not just that, man. The combat it feels physical in Warhammer. It doesn't really feel physical in the other ones. It's so bad, man. And now we've seen 3 Kingdoms. Hold on, did I put in the title? 3 Kingdoms. Okay. Everybody should watch that video. It was on my channel.
Oh my god. Have you seen that shit? Holy shit. What the?
Hey Smith, thank you for the 3 months. The 3 Kingdoms combat looks like shit as well. We sound like one of them crybabies, naysayers, but you know, fact is fact. So far what is shown looks like shit. Looks like shit. When you have stuff like hold on. You have stuff like this. It's like, what kind of immersion is there when you have stuff like this? I'm okay today, just a little bit lost. Spent like 12 hours in bed, had no reason to get out, get up, and then in the last 3 hours, I'm thinking what to play. I don't feel like playing anything really. How did I not see this GIF earlier, man? Look at this shit. Anyways, close this. On let's go read this. Let's go read this. So what does it say here? This update contains a variety of skill changes in addition to specific legend lords in the Mortal Empire's campaign that didn't make the original Festac beta update in December 2018. The update also includes some changes to buildings, a range of bug fixes, and a number of race, character, item, and unit balance changes. The balance changes listed below show all balance changes since Curse of the Vampire Coast launched. Now they mentioned bug fixes here. This triggers me because I was looking for bug fixes in the latest ROM 2 content, which they kind of promised, but they didn't deliver. The reason why we're not going to be playing any more of Saba's faction or the ROM 2 in general is because 11 months later they haven't updated shit. Still broken factions. Something fundamental as army tradition does not work on the faction units. And what's the point of playing a new faction then? Will I still play S Middleton? No, it's broken, I can't play it. It's broken. They updated the game on Steam, but the mods are out of date. Mods are out of date.
Oh my god. Have you seen that shit? Holy shit. What the hell?
Hey Blue Voodoo, any games on the horizon that interest you? You wanna watch the previous Jibber Jabber Blue Voodoo if you wanna see. But there are definitely some games. Definitely some games. If Europa Universalis 4 and Stellaris didn't cost arm and a leg, I probably would have tried some of that. But I'm waiting for new Paradox games to try and not gonna play the older ones. Anyways, let's go read this. Instructions, readme. So they recommend starting a new game. The usual. This is an instructions how to get in this. We shown in the beginning. So what they fixed since the first Festac patch. General and miscellaneous fixes. They fixed an exploit where clicking on a hidden Skaven encampment would show movement range of any garrison army. Holy shit! This has been in the game for a while, I think. The camera can now be panned in the diplomacy screen. Finally, huh? Local Failure can now complete the final Vortex victory. Who cares about Vortex? Fixed encounters at sea occasionally spawning Dark Elf armies containing Vampire Coast units. Huh. Dark Elf armies containing Vampire Coast units. Fixed Alitanar assassination missions generating targets further away from the player than intended. Okay, that sounds good. Good thing we haven't played the Alitanar recently. That would probably be very annoying. Fixed Alitanar's assassination missions resetting incorrectly under certain circumstances. Fixed Norska Marauder chieftains having 2 rage abilities simultaneously. Ooh, that sounds crazy. 2 rage abilities simultaneously? Probably been some overpowered broken shit if you trigger that. Fixed several magic items not dropping after battle or dropping when they were not supposed to. Oh, this definitely sounds something familiar. How we have experienced stuff like this. You know, like seeing some super rare items that apparently existed even in Warhammer 1, like that Beastman item. Fix the scroll of Lycos, magic item expiring and disappearing. We've seen that. Added missing walls building chain in Wurbat for greenskins. Holy shit. Kappa. Added missing troll layer building in Karak for greenskins. Fix duplicate beast layers building in, for greenskins in Karak Angasar. Fixed wood elves not being able to trade with Tomb Kings and Vampire Coast after assigning the correct council seat. But not mentioning that the AI... Let's turn off this music, man. This is so like last century. They didn't mention that the AI can trade. This is the biggest. This is the biggest one. This is the biggest one, guys. Wood Elf's technology, office effects that provide armor, no longer state. It increases by a percentage, but by a flat amount. So it was pretty much a typo. Pretty much a typo. I was trying to debate Reddit with this one, but the Reddit did not fall for my bait. So I made a screenshot. So this technology here has had two typos. The main typo was it was saying plus 20% armor, when in fact it was giving 20 flat armor for infantry and cavalry units, which is a lot of armor considering Wood Elves are pretty much glass cannons. They fixed the typo on the armor, but they did not fix typo on the missile units. You know, I feel like, you know, there should be another S here, right? How they fix a typo on armor? You know, they fixed this box here, but they did not fix the other bug in the box. You know what this means? It has been fixed now, which that missile will never get fixed now. Never. Because, you know, one time fixing one thing, you know, is enough. Now the missile type will never get fixed. Yeah, is this the new Ren stream? Of course it is, Cornelius. Yeah, Jibber Jabber Part 2. So they fixed one thing but left the other thing in it. So what do we have here? All the grumblers, warriors, great weapons, and longbeards. Great weapons no longer have the one-handed technology effect applied to them. Who told them this? Who told them this? I actually like this OP two-handers and garrisons. Spies confirmed, guys. Spies confirmed. You really have to pay attention to realize this one, because who the fuck use great weapons in that point in the game if you research this technology? Oh boy. RIP OP garrisons. So our garrisons no longer OP. These units were mainly garrisons. Okay. Grombrindal has his missing skills re-added. Flash Bomb and the Mighty Beard of Defense skill. Character skill section. Isabella got her skills back for the monsters, except they're not the same as they used to be. The Fell Bats buff plus 12 attack and defense. It sucks. This is not the reason why Isabella used bats. Who cares about attack and defense? We used bats with Isabella because of armor piercing damage. And where is this armor piercing damage? Lost in translation. Same for the direwolves. Who cares about these stats on 0 armor units? Well, the best thing about the bats is the melee defense in the first place. You know, okay, they're flying with high melee defense. But not getting that extra IP kind of ruins the flavor of the bats. Vargeist has plus 25 armor and 12 melee attack. That's actually pretty good. Pretty good. 25 armor and 12 melee attack. Please tell me that's not one skill point only. Vargeists are one of the best units the vampires have. And giving them armor and melee attack, wow. Vargeists are basically like squishy flying minotaurs. Yeah. Vargulf gets a leadership and melee attack. So again, it gets much tougher with extra leadership because it has the regeneration lower leadership. Terrorgeist has more leadership and melee attack. I mean, this is good stuff. Why did 2 skill points here? You know, they should be like all 1 skill point together. Because if you're gonna use Vargos, you might lose like up to 4, so this one might be justified. Or you're gonna use 4 Terrorghests. You're not gonna use both. Trog. Change Cyclopean Fiend skill to Monstrous Fiends. This affects that buff all trolls units to the following. Added effects that buff all trolls to the following skills. Plus 12 leadership, plus 50 melee attack, plus 50 melee defense, and 20% miss resist. What? Is this like 1 skill point? No. 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 No, that's not 1 skill point. It's 2. I'm not playing it, shit wizard. I'm just checking. I'm just checking. You have to check it, you know. Don't trust the patch notes. It's full of shit.
We must preserve this world.
You can clip this, because this is probably gonna be the only time you ever start throwing Warhammer 2. Yeah. Just checking out the Britannia campaign for, you know, people will be very angry if I start campaign at this hour. When we said we would start on 2nd February. So the solution is to start a different campaign before Britannia. Now we're just checking here, guys. Just checking stuff.
Here.
Play Trog in Warhammer 1.
Harsh and desolate waste.
Shut up.
King on trolls.
Oh. Oh. You can take this on rank 2. Plus 15 with 1 point. What the fuck is this shit? This doesn't... Aha, it's here. Mutant regeneration. 20% miss resist for Norscan trolls and Norscan ice trolls. This stuff like this is really good. It's some really good shit. Only 1 point as well. The Norscan ice trolls get additional attack and weapon strength. It's a little bit overkill for the trolls here. Then they get another 12%. Is it the Norscan? No, this is not the one. Hawks of Death. Armor, ward save, and another weapon strength. Jesus. So they get 12 armor, 8% ward save, and 20 missile resist. They already have 60 armor. How are we gonna kill that shit? 24% weapon strength on 120 weapon strength. There is a technology somewhere here. Another 10%. These trolls have higher starting weapon strength than Minotaurs. So you get plus 34% weapon strength. And they have 15% physical resist immediately. Higher damage than Minotaurs. Base. Get 20% miss resistance. 12 leadership.
Oh my god. Have you seen that shit? Holy shit.
15 melee attack, 15 melee defense. 12 armor, 8% ward save, 12 weapon strength. And another 12% weapon strength, another 8 melee attack. Plus 23 melee attack and plus 34% weapon strength. And then have 15 physical resistance, 20 missile resistance, 8% ward save, and regeneration. This unit does not have the Minotaur attack animations, but overall has better stats. But this is insane. Insane for sure. For 2 extra points, you get extra 2 Bella skills, which is absurd. We can't really complain because we actually wanted overpowered stuff like this in single player, and they've finally done it with this Festec patch. We are at the point where the old factions, Warhammer 1 factions, have reached the Warhammer 2 level of buffs. They still have spiling shit campaign skills, but the battle skills and the unit buffs are there. The leadership is the most important buff. Yeah, for sure, for sure. What's that? What's that? Thunder, thank you for 15 months. So they fixed the unit buffs and the battle skills for sure, but where are the campaign buffs? Campaign buffs on Warhammer 1 factions are shit. I would say over 70% of the skills are utter garbage. While the Warhammer 2 factions have over half of their skills usable. What are we talking about who play Warhammer 1? We're talking about these factions are in Warhammer 2. Nobody plays Warhammer 1. Yeah, green skins got buffed, yes, but they still have shit replenishment and shit technology tree. So the next step would be fix the campaign skills, the blue skills, yes. The old world blue skills are really bad. So only few factions have actually usable blue skills. So this is a good thing, very good thing. Some of these things is definitely overpowered with the lords like I mean Vlad was overpowered since he was the least with such skills. But now you have stuff like Trog and Isabella with extra buffs. The Beastmen lords with extra buffs are kind of absurd now. The Beastmen are stronger than ever. Stronger than ever. What do we have here? Albric added the missing protector of the realm effects to the skill Champions of Borderloo. I don't even remember what it is. Beast Lord replace the duplicate Bloodlust skill from the personal combat chain with Deadly Onslaught. Okay. I haven't even noticed. Who plays regular Beast Lords outside the multiplayer? Volkmar has reimplemented the missing Second Nature skill. Okay. Vampire Coast Tech and female Vampire Coast Lords. Replace remaining 3-tier personal combat chain skills with 2-tier variants. Yeah. So it's 2 points now, not 3. Red Duke now has the same mount in battle and campaign when using the Hellsteed and Barded Nightmare mounts. Cetra Restless Minion skill now also applies to Kepra Guard Regiment of Renown. Holy shit, it did not work all this whole time. Oh my god. I haven't even noticed, and I pay attention. At least they fixed one of the bugs from Tomb Kings. When will they fix the Tomb Guard halberds not getting the proper attack buffs from technology? That's a big deal. Bloodline Strigoi. Monstrosities of more no longer sex cross multiple lords, resulting in creep horrors being unrecruitable. Wow. If I'm not mistaken, this is the one that lowers the recruit times. So what you're saying, they who uses the Bloodline Strigoi? If they use multiple of them, you know, one of them special people, they would end up what? 0 recruit time, and you can't recruit them anymore. Who the fuck recruits Bloodline Strigoi more than one? And Crow Horrors anyways. Some serious roleplay flavor. It looks like somebody does, guys. Somebody does. Somebody has a fetish on the creep horrors. Building changes. The vampire crypts Vargulf now only appears once in the required to unlock. Vargulf only appears once in the required to unlock unit sections. So yeah, it was showing twice. The vampire crypts were unlocking Vargulf and Vargulf. Yeah. What is Bellfire here? When damaged, this building will now have half the corruption effects as when it is not damaged. Produce more corruption when damage. What? Okay. Okay. How does that even happen? How does that even happen? Dark Elf slaves. The following settlement chains now have the Dark Elf slave capacity, allowing slaves to be sent to provinces with these settlements. High Elf Colony Settlement Major, Minor, and Lakmia Special Settlement. Yeah. Black Arcs. I mean, guys, we got an update for a beta, which was a nice surprise. It means they do have a skeleton crew working on this. So this is basically them telling us that they did not forget Warhammer 2. Black Arcs. To rectify an issue that was causing Black Arcs to recruit and replace higher level lords that could be recruited from a province, all buildings that previously increased the lord recruit rank in a single province have now been rebalanced to apply the effect to all provinces. Oh. So we can finally recruit higher level characters later in the game. Because, you know, nobody likes to recruit a rank 1 or rank 2 lord later in the game. So you can stake this. As you grow in size, you can even recruit a immortal lord in the late game. Also included to the Vampire Counts, Bretonia, Norska, and the Vampire Coast. So now you can pretty much unlock a bloodline and recruit immediately a high level lord. So you don't have to prolong the campaign for 3 days for that lord to get immortal. Because if you're playing a short campaign, best case scenario, one lord will reach rank 40, which is gonna be your starting lord, legendary lord, and maybe 2 other lords will reach over rank 20, and that's it. The long campaign probably double this, if not more, depending what faction. But this one is quite nice because I've been saying this for a while. As the campaign progresses, you should be able to recruit higher rank lords and heroes by default. There is like it looks really bad when you want to build another army and then you think about it. Put lord and heroes items is like no skills. Heroes, no skills. You can't even use them properly in battle when everybody already has tier 3, tier 4, and tier 5 stuff. So you have to go careful with it because confidence is slow in cities killer, something like that. Because you're gonna think this is gonna be like your main army, and you recruit elite units, and they're gonna work. No, they're not gonna work without battle skills, high rank lord and high rank heroes. They're not gonna work. You're playing on legendary difficulty, and this is not how the game works. So you kind of even ignore recruiting extra armies because of this, unless you just want to throw them, as the cannon fodder. This is especially bad with factions like Skaven and Greenskins. Just imagine you're playing a Skaven or Greenskin campaign. It's like turn 150, and you decide you need to recruit a new army. Low rank lord, low rank heroes. Well, this unit is gonna be useless. Especially the Skaven and the Greenskins need a hand on those higher ranks for the lords and the heroes, not just higher rank units at this stage in the game. Because what's gonna be the point of expanding and getting more economy just to recruit a scrub army? There should be always a point in the campaign where like rank 20 becomes standard, and because it is not, the game kind of becomes how they call it, a tedious snorefest where you just right click delete, because the AI walking around with rank 7 lords, rank 5 heroes, there should be like a stage in a campaign where they just recruit everything rank 20 plus. It's like, what's the point of recruiting an army after turn 150 if they don't at least have halfway there with ranks and experience? They've been present on the campaign map for all this time. Recruiting a fresh arm later will accomplish nothing. It will just further the tedium. Just yet another battle where you're just gonna steamroll. These are good changes, and we need more changes like this, and not just lords but heroes as well. After a turn 100, every faction should have the means through technology and buildings to recruit at least a rank 10 hero and a rank 10 lord. Some factions can go even further when it comes to this. Well, I'm not talking about their existing heroes book. I'm talking about the new heroes. When they recruit an army and they just recruit a bunch of heroes. Like when you see a bunch of AI heroes next to the city, it's because they recruited 4 or 5 heroes at the same turn just to fill an army, and they put all that in a new army. Tell me you never seen a lizardman with 4 fresh recruited skin chiefs, skin priests, the Saurus, old one veteran, whatever they called, and they just put them in the army and they're like all level 5. This thing happens way too often, and those level 5 heroes for the player are shit. For the legendary AI, they have bonuses, so they're fine with it. But them not having mounts, items, and immortality, they just become cannon fodder like any other units. And it happens way too common. It's prevalent in the late game. Like factions that rely on heroes heavily, like the vampire counts as well, high elves too. They just pop so many heroes because either the current heroes are indisposed, recovering, or they're building a new army. And now that there are no hero caps. There are no hero caps. So there are way more heroes in the game. And seeing all those low level heroes on turn 150 just makes no sense. Have I ever lost the game? Of course. Of course I did. If you want to see me lose, go to YouTube. Link is below the stream. Watch the first Crooked Moon campaign, the first Greenskins, and the first Bloody Hands campaign in Warhammer 2. Balancing changes include all changes between Vampire Coast and Dispatch. So all of them are. So now we're not gonna know what they changed here and what's been here already. So for Bretonia, we're playing a Bretonia campaign on the 2nd February. There is a chance we might play something else before. Who knows? Because I have no idea what to do with myself for the next few days. There's a pattern there, but I can't quite figure it out yet. Now, we were still fresh with the greenskins in the Warhammer 2, and we thought they were like the greenskins in Warhammer 1. You know, I was still applying the greenskins Warhammer 1 strategies instead of greenskins Warhammer 2 survival strategy. So it didn't quite work well. Green Knight hit reactions. We all seen this. We all seen this. What the fuck, man? Who cares about Green Knight? It's garbage. I don't even know if they use this in multiplayer. Pegasus Knights increase mass from 700 to 1000 minus 100 cost. More mass on the Pegasus Knights is good. So they're not just gonna get stuck on the ground and die. This will slightly increase their survival. Knights Errant got charge bonus. Their Regiment of Renown got charge bonus. And the Grail Relic, you know, because you can't have a Bretonian army without a Grail Relic, it's impossible. Those peasants just rout. Icon of Devotion ability effects and change from 40 to 55 meters. Hell yeah! Now we can have one Grail Relic in the army, not two. So you have that bigger radius. So your peasants don't just run back to the fields. Finally, some significant buff to the Bretonia. Dark Elves. Charybdis is now aquatic. Okay. Dwarves. Aquatic is, if you guys don't know, it gets bonuses in the water. Bonuses like attack and defense, maybe movement in this case. I think when there is a bonus that it's just attack and defense. It's not really movement. Dwarves.
Oh my god.
Who cares?
Have you seen that shit? Holy shit. What the?
Advanced Raptor. Thank you for 9 months. Useless buff. What do we have here? Flagellants. Increased strength of the penitent ability's physical resistance from 12% to 15%. Yeah. So 3% more physical resistance to flagellants. Now when you start a guild campaign, I mean, you don't start any other campaign with guild, the flagellants can actually get quite the nice buffs with Volkmar. Because it's a Lord effect now. The flagellant's probably gonna be viable now if you start the campaign with guild. Crimson Killers. So the Crimson Killers now have 80 bodies. We already saw this change before. So they add more men. They add more orcs on Ultra and nerf everything pretty much. It's like what's this unit gonna be specially if they just made it like any other black orc, similar to any other black orc unit? Like, what's the point of the regiment then? Alistair the White Lion on Dragon has a siege attacker. Lizardmen got a buff. Oh my god. It's time for a Lizardman campaign, boys. The Lizardmen have been buffed. Bastiladon with a solar engine has a slightly improved accuracy of projectile. Man, that shit was all very accurate, unless it's shooting, you know, 3 miles away. Oh boy, the ground pepper has been buffed. But still the legendary lord. We just I didn't know what to do today, so we're just reading nonsense here. We just reading here and chatting. And you guys, if you have any questions, ask questions. I'm wearing before you ask, I'm wearing blue collar pajamas. Yeah. Norska. Marauder Ice Chariots can now run at 95 speed, but it looks like they still use a range unit. Marauder champions got more health, plus 4 health, which means the whole unit gets, what is it, 80 in the unit or 100 in the unit? I think they're 100 in the unit, not like chosen 80. Are they silk or cotton? Cotton. Man, you think I can afford silk pajamas? I still haven't opened the donation goal for silk pajamas. I don't know what to put for as the you know, if the goals is met, because you know I don't want to send you my pictures when I'm wearing them. So Marauder Champions got plus 400 health now. I mean that's okay. Kaihar the Tormentor added Siege Attacker. Both females have Siege Attackers now. A female Bellfiend both have Siege Attacker as well. It's pretty useful. Oh boy. The Skaven buffs, boys. The Skaven buffs. The Sensor Bearers get plus 1 melee attack. Guys, you know, I would go all professional and shit. Wear a suit. You know, tidy up. Leave my house to have a chat with a guy who works in a caravan assembly who decides why do this unit get plus 1 melee attack? Who makes this decision? I would definitely have a chat with this person. I mean, how do you decide a tier 5 unit, no less, tier 5 unit gets plus 1 melee attack? I mean, it's obvious multiplayer shenanigans here. Obvious multiplayer shenanigans. They probably look at statistics and the number of Skaven players that have used the Plague Monk Sense Bearers multiplayer. You know, those are, you know, have lost their battles more than average. More than half of them have probably lost their battles, and they're like, we have to do something about this. That's a tier 5 unit. It's supposed to be a nasty Skaven unit, dangerous, scary Skaven rat, man-sized rat unit. And they decided, no, enough is enough. We can't let our Skaven players in multiplayer using tier 5 units lose. It's bad enough they have shitty Hell Pit Abomination on tier 5 and a low Hell Doom Wheel that nobody uses. We're going to make the Plague Monk Sense Bearers better. And then he goes, how do we make it better? How do we make it better? So it's an armor piercing unit. It has no armor. It's basically shock infantry. And how do you make shock infantry better? They do only have damage. They will all deal damage. Magic attacks, who cares? It's, you know, just, you know, extra. Let's, you know, we can make them faster. That would kill our OCD. Everybody moves at the same speed. That shit is not allowed. They're not gonna be faster. They're shock infantry, but gonna rot as any other Skaven slave rat. So they can't be faster. We can add them armor or more physical resistance. They're plague monks, so we can't do shit there. So do we increase their health or do we increase their attack? That's the only two remaining options. And he decided plus 1 melee attack is the right thing to do.
you seen that shit? Holy shit! What the hell?
Think you should use it. Honestly, the charge bonus is fine. I don't think they can modify health or speed, because that would trigger the OCD scaring people. So, one melee attack. Guys, this is obviously not a campaign change. So, ignore the Bella skills, ignore technologies, ignore the lords. This is obviously targeted at multiplayer. Sensor betters get +1 melee attack. Because in single player, they're fine. They're fine. You know, the stone warmen are gonna be more useful because you want your infantry to be supportive to your artillery, and shock infantry does not support artillery. So you obviously use halberds. In single player they're fine. You can create a Skaven army, use shock infantry like bearers. They get rank 7. They perform fine. So this buff is kind of pointless. So it's definitely multiplayer. Halberds get +2 melee defense, that's nice. Oh, I love this. Stoneworm halberds get +2 melee defense, that's beautiful. Love it. Quick Head Taker is cheaper. Oh boy. Is the Quick Taker being ignored in multiplayer? They're using the regular Warlord because of Bomb Breaker. They don't like Quick Head Taker getting tossed around. What do we have with Tomb Kings? We already seen this change with the Tube Scorpion. And Katep and Casket was also cheaper. Katep. Oh man, if I played multiplayer, I would have not even touched Katep. What do we have here? Vampire Coast, Wall of Text. Vampire Coast has all deck droppers are slower, reduced turn speed. The handguns nerf is justified. It's one of the best units. Bombers have more ammo. Holy shit, they nerfed. What? Oh my god, look at this. Multiplayer strikes again. The deck hands mob lost health. Man, slow ass zombies got nerfed because of multiplayer. -2 health per entity. That's just sad. And the polearms too. They're nerfing zombies. They're nerfing zombies because of multiplayer. Zombies. Bombers got a charge bonus. Ooh, I want the charge bonus on zombies. When they flank in 5 minutes, I want them to hit hard. More ammo, more melee attack. Why would you buff charge bonus on bombers? It's sickening. It's a short range flanking unit, and they buff charge bonus. What do you think, they're gonna run out of ammo? They're gonna run out of ammo, so they're gonna go and charge. Those guys, be lucky if they fire twice in a whole battle before they get melted. Buffing charge bonus on zombies. 23 speed, guys. 23 speed. Zombie gunnery mob hand cannons. Looks like they made the units larger as well. Huh. They only have 160 guns now. 160 hand cannons. Stuff like bombers and hand cannons just bad design. You can have a short range flanking unit with 23 speed. That just doesn't work. Bad design. 23 speed, guys. You know how slow that is? This 23 is the number people were shit-talking Gorst for ages. Now that he has his research shit, they shit-talk less. But it's still 23. Animated Hulks have more armor, melee defense, and more leadership. Oh, that's totally justified. That unit is shit. It's tier 2 monster unit, but it was really bad. With this buff, it might actually be usable. 15 armor and 10 leadership, it's significant. They buffed the Depth Guard halberds with 1 melee defense. What? It's probably the same guy that buffed the Plague Monk Sensor Bears. Gallows Giant. Projectiles no longer expire before reaching max range. The Gallows Giant. That's the only thing they mentioned about the Gallows Giant. Because that's a Gallows. You know what this unit is? Let me show you guys. Let me show you what this unit is. Is this the screenshot? Oh. The hell? Where is that screenshot? Volkmar? Come on, guys, looking for the right screenshot. Oh yeah, I found it. So this is the Gallows Giant. Has the highest, biggest number on the character sheet, but lowest damage in performance. Over 16,000 missile damage, yet it cannot kill shit. And what they do no longer expire before reaching max range. How about that unit start firing in the first place? Death Shriek Terrorgeist, we already seen this. They made the entities wider. So the Terrorgeist is now bigger. Terrorgeist are now bigger. That would be OP if it worked, but it's a unique unit. It should be overpowered. We have all seen all this. The Rotten White now has a siege attacker. Okay, let's see the true vampires here. This is the same thing that been. You know, this is this on purpose? Includes all changes between Vampire Cause and Dispatch. So they just made it bigger for the sake of being bigger, and want make us wanna compare. This is all the same shit. All the same shit here. Oh man, not again! Not again! Helm of Discord has been nerfed for like 1,000,000 times. They have destroyed this item. Goddamn multiplayer. What the fuck they wanna do, man? This item is now trash. This item used to be, you click on the helm, you would get the radius to place in an area like a spell. It would lower the opponent's defense and armor. The magic would actually work in Warhammer 1 thanks to the Helm of Discord. Now it's been mutated so much and over nerfed that it's become useless. All because of the goddamn multiplayer. This item is shit now. The way I see it, what they try to do with this, they kind of wanna give a temporary buff / advantage when a unit makes contact after charge. Other than that, this become shit. This has become shit. How do we get a Hamlet discount multiplayer? Some heroes can pick it, shit wizard. For gold, you know, for cost. The Helm of Discord and Tormentor Sword, which are nice items to support certain strategies in game, like crowd control, buffing burst damage on magic, have been totally destroyed due to multiplayer. This is really shitty now. If I'm not mistaken, it used to be 40 meters, they put it to 30 meters. It's now 20 meters. If you wanna access the beta, you have to go through your game properties, betas, and put the coast beta. You should be playing this anyways. Should be playing this anyways, unless you're trying to finish the campaign from before. What do we have here? The Red Ruin, that's the same. X of Dargo, same. Rune of Slowness, huh? 97% movement speed, remove charge bonus effect. That's good. That's good. They also nerfed the Flash Bomb. Rune Helm of Zuvbar. What the hell? No! They nerfed my bonus leadership on White Dwarf on my helmet. No! God, they ruined the White Dwarf. This is same as before. Same as before. Helm of Zubara is like one of the worst items in the game, and they nerf it. How are the dwarves? How are they gonna now hold the line against the greenskins? Okay, this is the same. The more of the same. Horn Valhan is +3 duration, remove speed effect, and more charge bonus. So the Horn Valhan just become a shock item. Spells, looks like they balanced the Lord of the Deep. The Innocents of the Deep have +4 seconds recharge time. I mean, this is fine. This doesn't really affect single player much, because you wanna, manage power good. Probably a multiplayer thing. This is all fine. All fine. We already seen this nerf before. This was justified. Invocation Wake has a really good duration in first place. No mention of Beastmen getting shotguns. No mention at all, guys. Better for a hotfix patch. Yeah, the Beastmen can get shotguns. Have you not seen? Double barrel. Did we make a screenshot of that? I don't think we made a screenshot of that. We had a double barrel. Maybe we have this one. Oh no. Vampire Khan's game 2, yeah, I heard. Blog, yeah. There's nothing like... This was the update beta, so it was December 11th, huh? It's like, what, 6 weeks later? This you see the dates here, huh? Is it me? But if, one thing is missing here. Was it here? It was November the 6th, huh? This is now 3 months nearly, right, guys? 3 months since this was updated. The DLCs arrived. Right, nearly 3 months. November the 6th. And now it's 27th January. So in 4 days, in 10 days, it's gonna be exactly 3 months since we got our last DLC. It's probably gonna be at least another 3 months before we get Lizardman and the Skaven DLC. And guys, bear with me here. You know, we're gonna open a can of worms here. We definitely wait another 2 or 3 months here. 6th of April maybe, 6th of May. There is no way we're gonna wait longer than April though. 6th of April. XR comes in April easy. We're probably gonna try to update more Festag there. More Festag. So April, late April maybe. And what can you expect there? We can expect Skaven and Lizardmen. It's gonna be the, what's it called, the Lord Pack, similar to the Queen and the Crown, which introduced Avalorn, Harganet, and the free one was Nagarite. Nagarite, right? Another high elf. So there was 3 factions there. So if they release this like in April, the Festag should all be out by then. Or do you guys think the Festag will go straight into the DLC? Straight into the DLC, and we're going to we either gonna get Festag out of ahead of time. The Festag can be another 2 months. I have this fear that the Festag will be released with the Skaven and Lizardman DLC, and then we will not get Greenskins rework. So what do we get? Skaven and Lizardman DLC with 3 new factions. One is going to be free, of course, to appease, you know, the DLC haters. So we get like 1 Skaven faction, 2 Lizardman factions. 1 Skaven factions will do nothing. So it might be 2 Skaven factions and 2 Lizardman factions. I don't think they're gonna release 1 Skaven faction. And if they release only 1 Skaven faction, it's gonna be what? Clan Scryer. Clan Scryer, I think it's in Lastria. And Clan Scryer and Skavenblight. So they can't just release 1 Skaven faction. You have Clan Scryer. You have Clan Molder, Clan Ashen, Clan Septic. People definitely want Clan Scryer, Clan Ashen, and Clan Molder, right? But the thing is, the Skaven have already got one free lord. The Trech Craventail, the clan Rictus. Because, you know, Clan Molder is not present in Iron Vortex. So we might not get Clan Molder. So, you know, if you look at this, we're gonna get Clan Scryer and 2 Lizardman factions. That's how it looks. It's gonna be Itza, Lizardman faction, and in the same area on the left side, it will be Clan Scryer. Maybe Scholar, maybe. So I feel like we're gonna get only one Skaven faction. That's not gonna do much. Because both the Skaven and the Lizardmen are currently probably the most underwhelming to play. I feel like, you know, bare bones. So we get Clan Scryer and Itza faction, plus maybe another Lizardman faction. Because the way they are going, every faction will have 4 lords. The Skaven is the one that should have 5 lords, if not 6. And I feel like people are gonna be pissed if they don't put more than 2 new Skaven factions. One Lizardman faction is what? Do they even have room for another Lizardman faction? 4 Lizardman factions. So Lord Peck, what is it gonna be? 2 factions each and 1 free. You know, to be symmetrical with the you know, even with the before releases. Or it's gonna be 1 free Lizardman and then 1 Lizardman, 1 Skaven. You know, there's gonna be some kind of rivalry between them. And it's gonna be close, like Itza and left of Itza in Lastria. So we get another Skaven faction in Lastria for the Iron Vortex. But who's gonna be the second Lizardman faction? There's like, where the hell do you put the second Lizardman faction? The natural environment is Lastria. The last defenders are in Southlands. So the Lizardman faction must be somewhere north if they're gonna put a second one. I don't think they're gonna put Lizardman faction Nagorod, although it makes the most sense. Because we know they wanna make some variety. We're talking about Eye of the Vortex, because the new content is targeted at Eye of the Vortex first, and not at the Mortal Empires, which I think is a mistake. Because not many people care about Eye of the Vortex. Very few. Albion. So 1 eats and 1 in Albion, and we get Clan Scryer. Man, it's gonna be a sad day when they only list 1 Skaven faction. Skaven still have Clan Ashen. I don't think Clan Ashen will get released, because it's too close to Clan Pestilence. So that is not happening, I think. If they're gonna pick another Skaven faction, it's gonna be Clan Molder. So Clan Scryer and Clan Molder and nobody else. And that's it, the Skaven will have 5 factions. And I feel like they were aiming at 4 Skaven Lords. So we get only Clan Scryer, or just Clan Scryer and Clan Molder. Because I don't think the Clan Nation will get released. This Lord Peck might have 4 factions. But I don't think they're gonna extra mile, so they're just gonna list 3 factions. So I'm hoping for new Lizardman units that will give some more Lizardman variety in their armies. Also Skaven variety in the armies. Skaven lack range. What I mean by this, they don't have real range units. They either have their short range flankers or the shitty slingers and the overpowered artillery. So to fix this, they need range units which have range between 150 and 180, maybe gunpowder units. And the slingers need slight range increase with a little more damage. The slingers are not viable with the current range and the current damage, so the slingers must get their range buffed. I don't know how they don't see it, but the slingers need a rework. They don't have enough range and they don't have enough damage. So by improving the Skaven range, adding new range units and buffing slingers will make different strategies viable, and not just halberds with heroes and the artillery. If the Skaven get improvements to range units, they'll definitely have more viable strategies. Because in the early game, the slingers are not good enough. They're heavy micro, poor damage dealers, so not worth using. And the Red Ogres on Legend are just trash. You have to go real try hard, and even then, it doesn't really work out the same as with Plague Claw catapults and Warp Lightning cannons. The Gutter Runners are good as the short range harassment unit, but the problem is they come in too late, and this whole building is in a bad spot, because you don't, and then have to get the assassins building. And at the point when you're making transition from that early game to units from like tier 1, tier 2 into tier 3, you're not going to pick assassin building ever. You're going to pick up the artillery building, or the pretty much artillery building as your second building. Why would you go assassins over the artillery ever? Because those units are not reliable and just overall underperforming. Leaked beastlings.
Holy shit! What the hell?
What do we have there? Hey Daka, thank you for 9 months. Yoo-hoo! The gaseous ones, the needless ones, scary stabbers. Sounds like regiments of renown. The Great Claw of Physic. What the hell is the Great Claw of Physic? Let's Google that shit. Google doesn't know. I don't know, man. I would love to see bulky range unit for the Skaven. Like something that would work similar to the what's it called? The Necrofex Colossus, except it would be the size of Red Ogres, and they would have half the range. So just imagine a unit of Red Ogres that have half the range of Necrofex Colossus, like 180, 170, 160, and they would have a kick, both in range and melee. This is what Skaven is missing. The game is forcing the player to go into artillery route when it's clearly lacking some monstrous units that can have both melee and range king at the same time. Storm Fiends. I think we actually talked about Storm Fiends in the past. Holy shit, that's exactly what I want. This is in Warhammer Fantasy. Why does my mouse wheel I think my mouse wheel is broken. Goddamn Medieval 2. This is exactly what Skaven needs. Exactly what they need. Monsters units with range. So you can mix them up with the Plague Monks and mix them up with the Storm Vermin, and you can create like a shock army with numbers. So just, you know, go towards the enemy. They should like have shoot while moving, and you know, while you're rushing on the enemy. Man, why the fuck they put red ogres in the game? Why didn't they put this shit? What the hell? Are boring ass red ogres over this? What the? The latest creations from the crazy laboratories of the Clan Scryer. Clan Scryer, boys. Clan Scryer. Storm Fiends are hulking brutes stitched together from a variety of body parts, armed with a deadly array of experimental weaponry. They're able to wade through densely packed enemies or single-handedly halt enemy charged with blistering firestorms. This multi-part... yes, about the plastic here. Man, the red ogres is just shit, you know. They need to have something like this. Need to have something like this. So I was saying, something like Negrafex Colossus, just a monster unit like red ogres, it has both range and melee, and looks like that's the Storm Fiends. So this would be a great addition to the Skaven, so it has different strategies. Because, you know, the Skaven have an issue, the Total War issue, not really the Skaven issue, where you're kept at 20 units. You cannot really use cannon fodder. Legend and difficulty, you're forced to use quality. The Total War of late has been dominated by range units. This is just design of Total War of late. We've seen it in Warhammer. We've seen it even more in Warhammer 2, and now we also see it in Three Kingdoms. There is less and less melee engagements and more range engagements. Negrafex aren't OP. Negrafex have a really strong range attack, better than the Steam Tank. They're not OP, but they're good enough. And that's what we need, good enough. We don't need overpowered. Have you ever seen a Necrofex shooting? It just destroys the enemy approach. Okay, my bad, Alex. So we would have a unit of this shoot at the range of, like, let's say Lot and Seaguard, and then they would be able to go melee with the rest of the infantry. They would have like encourage and some shock value, and not just stand behind with the Storm Fiends and shoot at the enemy, because the game has become a range dominated game where if you don't use the range well of your faction, if your faction can have this type of range in the first place, you're just going to suffer, struggle, and not have a good time. Teclis Blue, I don't know. I'm not. I don't know the name colors. So getting something like this, which has like a decent range, like archer range, crossbow range, plus melee value, so you don't have to stay in the back. Because face it, Skaven are afraid to go forward. They get wrecked when they go forward. And then in the end, you get Skaven that play the same way as dwarves, except they are just not as good as dwarves. Just because the game is so range dominated, you get punished in melee, and you are kept with your unit stats and unit numbers, supply lines. It's just they force the Skaven to go quality supported by range. It's just, you know, how it works. This is the fault of the Total War design in the game. Factions like the Greenskins and the Skaven should be able to have like 30 to 40 units armies. But this is never gonna happen. And we see in Three Kingdoms they don't care about increasing the size of the army due to being impractical and demanding on the hardware. So it thinks, if anything, things will go smaller. Things will go smaller. Spin the unit. I can't spin the unit. So it looks like they're trying to improve graphics while keeping things the same as they were for the, you know, from the dawn of Total War. You can go to 306 picture and click on it. Yeah, my mouse wheel is wrecked. I'm not sure if it's the mouse or what. Where is the 360 picture? Uh-huh. What the hell? Okay, I'm gonna have nightmares now. So yeah, the Skaven needs some range improvements, and I would like to see stuff like this. You guys see this getting put in Warhammer 2? This looks a little bit futuristic, you know. This is the brain, huh? This is the brain red. The big guy is too stupid to use guns. Gunks. This definitely look like Warhammer 4000. It don't look like Warhammer Fantasy to me. So what were we saying? Late April, Lizardmen and the Skaven DLC. One new Skaven faction, two new Lizardmen factions. Maybe two Skaven factions and you get 4 total. Do we have Skaven in 40k? I don't think so. What is this? Will this be the legendary Lord of Clan Skryre? Look at the size of this shit. Yeah, there are only 3 legendary lords, but just adding Clan Skryre doesn't feel right. Beastmen exist. Just mutants. So what is this? Is this from Warhammer Fantasy, or this is something else? He's from Clan Molder. I don't know about Clan Scar and Clan Molder. So if this guy is from Clan Molder, why do we have Morlock guy leading the Clan Molder then? So who will lead Clan Scar then? And who will lead the Clan Molder? This guy looks like a wizard. It's a hero from fantasy, so he doesn't lead the clan. Ikit Claw will lead Clan Scar. Trot the Unclean will lead Clan Molder. Ikit Claw. See this Ikit Claw. Chief Warlock Engineer of Clan Scar. Entire legions of Skaven slaves can be blasted to bits in the name of Ikit's experimental new weapons. A smart price to pay for the sheer power and killing might that Ikit has added to Clan Scar's deadly arsenal. Trot the Unclean. Trot the Unclean. What the hell is this? You don't look like no Skaven to me. That's a big ass rat. 3 hands. What are you guys talking about? What the hell? Throughout the Unclean is one of the most twisted and ingenious master mutators of Clan Molder and has exploited that success to position himself as one of the 9 Lords of Hellpit. 9 Lords of Hellpit. The effect of a lifetime work with Warpstone can be seen as bone spines protrude out of Trot's back and a third arm sprouts out of his bloated, powerful frame. His left eye, torn from its socket in a struggle with a rival, has been replaced with a shard of Warpstone crudely hammered into place, fitting its baleful influence directly in Trot's brain. He's over-mutated by the Warpstone. Oh man, I feel like we'll getting only one of these. So we have a quick head taker, which is warlord. We have a warrior lord, which has no mount. We have Lord Scroll, which is a combination of the two. Warrior wizard, the plague monk style, which is closer to a wizard than an actual a warrior like Quick. And then we have the what they call the melee expert, Clan Rictus' leader, the Tretch Craventail. Tretch Craventail is pretty boring compared to the other two with this fighting style and skills. He's just a guy with a speed and high melee defense. So the fourth one better be something exciting with a mount. They might not even keep the keep mounts on the guys. I mean, the way the Skaven is built in Warhammer, they could easily have 5-6 factions. Well, infamous melee expert means is to fight units of equal type. Dragon is a duelist. That would be dueling, not melee expert. None of the Skaven characters do, no mounts. So we're not gonna get any mounts on the new guys. They're telling me this guy will walk on foot. It seems weird to have a grey seer walk on foot. The best thing about the Grey Seers in Warhammer 2 is the bell and the ability it gives. Imagine he'll be like casting more than a mount. A jetpack powered by 3k. Come on. I don't know. It does feel good that they are these two for the Skaven. I would like to see Skaven presence more on the map, like on every continent, and more playable factions. The world is too big for the Skaven to have only 4 lords. I feel like there should be a Skaven settlement in Nordland. That small area between Gorsel and that really big settlement on the coast of Nordland. That's a big area that can fit a whole region in it. It could definitely fit a Skaven, one of the Skaven settlements. What's the that coastal settlement called in Nordland? You have a Salzamund and one on the coast. Something Dieterhafen, something like that. That region is too big and goes way south into the forests of Midland and touching Gorsel. Hold on. Let me show it. It's like a perfect area to put a whole faction there. The Skaven is supposed to be everywhere. They're everywhere, and they don't feel like they're everywhere. They feel like they're getting bullied everywhere. Because they cannot win on their own. If the Skaven get on top, it's thanks to other factions, you know, putting them there. Not the Skaven alone. I'll show which region I'm talking about. that area does not seem right. So this is Norland. Salzamund is here. It's a small area, Salzamund. And then you have this Diedershafen, and look at this. It goes all the way to here. All the way to here. Look at that shit. This is Diedershafen. You don't even see the settlement from here. So what the hell is this whole area here? Why does this even exist? This is Diedershafen, this whole area. And this area is on coast. So this whole area, this could be another province. Another province. One of the Skaven settlements. Lore-wise, the Drakvald is just a huge ass forest with tons of beastmen monsters like demigryphs. There's no settlements in that area. But it's part of Norland, not Midland. I mean, this would be amazing to have a playable faction. Just imagine the early game fighting the Empire here. Skaven settlement here. The Skaven Blight is here. And who are you gonna fight? You're gonna fight Estalia, who's getting bullied already by the Beastmen and the Vampire Coast. And Telia here, who's getting bullied by also Vampire Coast. The Vampire Coast dominates early, but they're broken in a bad way after early game. So what do you do with the Skaven Blight here? You bully the bullied, and do what after that? This is not a very good location, really. It was a good location before the addition of Vampire Coast. Now it's not a good location. Clan Molder, Helpy, this is an amazing location. You have Kislev around. You know, Kislevs are large, they're strong in the beginning, so you have to be a little careful. You know, sneaky. And you have dwarves to the north. So this would be a challenging campaign here for sure. This is much better better faction to put. The Hellpit and not the Skaven Blight. You know, the Skaven Blight, what role does it serve to the Skaven? Because the Skaven require corruption to win the campaign. The Skaven Blight has the role of adding corruption to every province. So each Skaven clan should start far away from Skaven Blight, with the eventual return to control the Skaven Blight to get that corruption everywhere, so you can win the campaign. So if they're gonna add only one Skaven faction, it should be Hellpit and not the Skaven Blight. This used to be a good location, but since they added the Vampire Coast, this has become a really bad spot. I'm not talking about bad like challenge bad. I'm talking about it's like you're gonna end up fighting Vampire Coast. The Salzamund has the Elven Enclave. It's in Salzamund, not in Diedershafen. So, because of the addition of the vampires, this is not a good area to put a faction. So the Skaven should work towards Skaven Blight, but not be present in Skaven Blight at the beginning. This is gonna be quite challenging location if they made the Skaven playable here. Because Kislev in the early game is gonna be no joke for the Skaven. And the dwarves also. But so it's gonna be way more interesting here. Talking about Gorsel, I think like a settlement here for Skaven would be very cool. Because the early game Skaven is fun against the early game Empire. And this Skaven could be hidden, unlike the Skaven Blight and the Hell Pit. For some reason, because both the Skaven Blight and the Hell Pit are victory settlements, they're not hidden. Everybody can see them, which is really mind-boggling. While a settlement here, settlement like the size of Albion, like size of Albion, here for the Skaven could be quite interesting for the early game around area. So yeah, it's gonna be quite different to play the Skaven there, because Oixel, this is the starting place of the clan Pestilence. It's a very nice starting location. Look at this province, 4 regions. This one was added. So this is nice. We're gonna be playing clan Pestilence after Bretonia campaign. It will be with special challenge, will limit artillery. One thing, guys, my cat wants something a bit back. Chupayotel is red climate, not as amazing as it looks. Well, Oixel has the headquarters, so it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's a still 4 region. It will have the building to increase income and everything. You will have the commandment buffing and the headquarters. I have to tell you guys, now that we have seen it a little, the newly added territories are a disappointment. Chupayotel is too small to be relevant. This is just a port with gold, and you have to build walls. Not unique building. This is a disappointing settlement. The only good thing is because it's added to the Headhunter jungle, so it saves the little. So settlements like this, we talked about this in the past. Port should be part of the core, or the garden should be part of the core. This is like no options here. No option. This is probably some of the worst addition to the game. These 2 settlements here. There is no sea connection from here to here like we thought it would be. No connection. You get 2 ports. 2 ports. And these ports are absolute shite for the Tomb Kings. They do nothing. No resources. No resources. Well, Akatama in the beginning, I don't see it to be as relevant. But once you get the sort of things, it'll be fine. It's the part of the province, and the province shares growth and public order. So this is probably the worst addition here. How even they add desert regions on the coast without the resources, mind-boggling. This thing here, don't even get me started on this thing here. The Orion's camp. Let's show the Orion's camp. Yoo-hoo! Shmi, I think they just forgot to put it. It can't be that bad. Just forgot to put it. They just forgot to put it. So here, look at this. Ataloren, Vordenser fist holes. No resources. This is bare bones. Look at this shit. This area here and this area here reminds me of no effort that has been put into Southland jungle, which is another problem. Why these locations even exist in the world? We talked about this in the past. Why is the area significant if there is nothing there? Why that area is even a region if it's nothing there? So I love when they add new regions, when they expand the map, but they put no effort or polish to justify the expansion. I mean, look at this. This has been in the game since the start. The Southland jungle. No resources here. No resources. Why the Teotihuacan has no resource is beyond me. It's just bad design. And this reminds me with the addition of this thing here, just enhances it, you know, like they really don't put much thought in this. I mean, this area is somewhat okay. You have the pastures here. Works well for the Skaven. Works okay for the Lizardmen. And you have the medicinal plants here. But nothing here. No resources. And then you have the other area that has been added. Albion. 8 slots. No resources. You're telling me on this island there is nothing there, not even timber? It's like a frozen desert. So why they add these places, you know, trying to make it, you know, fancy, exotic, when they don't, you know, polish it like Certosa was polished? If anything, Certosa was over-polished. They used all the polish on Certosa, and there was no polish left for this. I mean, look at this place. Landmark, orchards. Look at this shit. And then place like this, you know, gets nothing. Nothing. There's like absolute no polish here. It's just a cool magical forest in the Southlands. This place is just bad design. It's too small. Nothing can be done about this really without expanding. So it's a terrible start. This place, at least, it's the sea region. It's one of them ocean regions. My bad. So at least this is, you know, this is fine. You know, don't need a resource here. Limited options. You know, this is unique. But when you see a coast like here, you see this here. There's like no thought put in this. They just put these regions, no thought. Look at this. This place here in the middle of the desert has the ice. There's gold here. There's dice pottery here. Spices. Same this place. This place here. This place is also lacking here. If you ask me, I would put wine here. Wine not being here, it's a little sad. Wine should be there or here. One of these areas should have wine. But you know, they already ran out of wine because they put it here. So yeah, the new regions are nice, but there's no polish. Like, look at this place. This place is the most unpolished province I think I ever seen in a Total War game. Huahuan Desert. Huahuan Desert. What's this icon here? You have medicinal plants. And I think there's actually a landmark here. Chamber of Visions. We have Chamber of Visions, medicine production. 3 buildings that you need to build here, huh? Who cares about garrison? You don't need to build garrison. Let's build landmark. Let's the place get destroyed without the walls. Huahuan Desert. Look at all this desert. Birds singing, waterfalls. Desert, huh? I blame Ivy Vortex because this place is desert. Who cares about Ivy Vortex, man? Polish this shit here. Very lush desert. Why is this desert? The only desert patch is here. Look at this. That's desert. So this small area desert here, which makes what 1/5 of the Chamber Vision region a desert, and it's still jungle. So this is the only desert that's here. So the Lizardman Lord will be at Itza. I mean, this is the capital here. It's a very nice landmark, big ass city with a landmark in gold. What's not love here? What's not love here? 10 slot, gold, and landmark. You get high every day here. Probably gonna put some high skink here, and it's gonna be crazy, right? What is gonna be the second lord for the Lizardman? I don't. It cannot really fit in last there. What? You're gonna put it here in the desert? Or they're gonna put it here? I don't know why people say there's gonna be a Lizardman here. What's the reason behind the Lizardman on Albion? Nakai can go anywhere. Who is this Nakai guy? Okay, let's see this Nakai guy. The ancient Kroxigor, known as Nakai the Wanderer, is a revered creature regarded by skink priests as a powerful jungle spirit made manifest. He's a mighty protector of the Lizardman and can appear anywhere during times of need. So a white dwarf character for the Lizardman. Nakai is on the last Kroxigor of the legendary first spawning, originally home at Tlanxla. Sounds familiar. Here. In the creeping jungle. He was left masterless after the city's destruction during the Great Catastrophe. Since then, Nakai has not pledged himself to a single city, instead wandering where the Great Plan deems his presence necessary. He famously appeared at the defense of Itza during the Great Catastrophe, during which he slew so many demons at the Bridge of the Stars that it entitled entities of chaos feared to tread this place even today. After spending several thousand years asleep, he rose again during the rise of Sotek. He wreaked havoc at the Red Fields and was nearly brought down after a fever concocted by clan pestilence gripped him. He was saved by several king priests. At Oixel, he defeated the armies of Udur Harkon at 930 Imperial calendar. I see. $930. Isn't the year right now 2500? Do you think, guys, this guy will be at Albion? He's a Croxigor. You know, and probably gonna add a Croxigor flavor then. Isn't the Albion the land of chaos? It's 2019. Oh man, she'd visit. Come on. And what the hell are you gonna do here? Albion is a marshland. They made it chaotic wasteland. Albion is just a mystery land with fog and shamans. I mean, what are you gonna do here? Where are you gonna go? I mean, the closest territory is Norska. God help me when we're gonna play this campaign. We're gonna go after Norska shitlands. We're gonna go bully Bretonnians. Bully Bretonnians, get cancer in Norska, or go get murdered by the Dark Elves across the sea here in Nagaroth. At the end, the Slan magically changed the weather on the island, and Lisbon started to grow a new jungle around the fort of the old ones in a deep valley at the center of Albion and around the new city. So something could be here, yeah. So this place called Albion is just, you know, maybe a placeholder. Sounds like a great start. I mean, fight Norska. The whole campaign might be about fighting Norska. But it's Chaos Corrupted. So this guy has to be immune to Chaos Corruption. If this guy's not gonna be immune to Chaotic Wasteland green, you know, the suitable, it's gonna be Cancer. So he has to have the Chaotic Wasteland suitable. Yeah, then you have Vanaheim Mountains here, the capital here, and it's still then limited infrastructure, no walls. No walls. You can get invaded by Norska from north, Norska from the east, Dark Elves in the west. I mean, you as a lizardman, you know, you can deal with High Elves or Bretonnians. It's like the best option is gonna be what? To go take this. This might be unpleasant or red for him. I mean, they could change this place. I'm talking about the expansion options, direction of campaign, where to go. It's probably gonna be like every lizardman campaign, you know, go back home eventually to the Lastria. Which is kind of bad. You know, it's stupid how they put this guy here and they still want him to take Lastria. That shit makes no sense. So I'm worried they're just gonna want send you back to Lastria anyways. So like, what's the point of being here and the game still tells us to go to Lastria? Just migrate to Reichland. I think if they put lizardmen here, that the temperate will be unpleasant. So you don't go bully humans. And here we have probably snow, the chaotic wasteland, In jungle are suitable. Oh man, when are we gonna get Kislev? I wanna play Kislev. Look at this great country here. A bunch of Norse has come to murder.
I have seen your heart.
55 meters, Icon of Devotion. You weren't kidding. Lewin has left the country and left a woman in charge. I mean, you would fight Norsk at your border. Border wars. Border wars, you know how it goes, guys. What was changed there with the hero capacity from damsels? Well, they have tier 5 somewhere. Lord recruit rank +1 faction wide. Oh shit. There it is. That's been added. Kislev pre-order faction for Warhammer 3, I would not be surprised. Soon, boys, soon.
Your coming was foretold.
What's all the Lisman talk? We're talking about what would be the next Lisman Lord, other than the one at Itza. And everybody thinks it's gonna be Albion. Soon means 6 months. Who knows? Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. It's definitely happening, yeah. It's also all the capital with 10 slots. We're talking, we're just talking here, we're not playing. Not playing. We murdered everybody in this map, nobody to murder. Can't even go shoot anybody. God damn it. Can't even go shoot nobody. Be interested to hear your take on what lore change they might make for to Empire and Greenskins. Play Metro 2033. That would take like 3 hours to download some shit wizard. I mean, if they move them from Reichland, where could they move them, right? You know, I would love to see a playable lord down here. I mean, what's this place? Sodenberg? What's Sodenberg? It's an Empire faction, but it's part of the Southern Realms. Yeah, this is an Empire faction, but in the game is Southern Realms. So this is the only place where you can put something here. And the for the Empire, the desert is green. Gelt, I don't know how I feel like if they put Gelt here. That sweet armor loss. Gelten, Sadenberg, Volkmar in Essen. Are you mad, Volkmar in Essen? You hope they move Geld. Yeah. But why would they all be so far from the Empire? You know, the Empire is... this is the Empire here. This is Empire. Not this area here. That's Empire. Why would they be so far from the Empire? You have Reichland, Wasteland, Midland, Norland, Ostland, Hoogland, Ostern, Martel, Beckland, Steeland, Auerland, Wisseland, and Sylvania. That's Empire. Sylvania is part of the Empire. Either the Karl Francis Empire or the Manfred's Empire. They both want Empire. Take this not far from Multan too. He wants to be Lawrence of Araby. Oh man. So if they put somebody here, we fight Tomb Kings to the west, Tomb Kings to the west, to the east, and to the north. This area starts as ruins, and this area starts as ruins. So there's a place for playable factions here. But the early game will be quite hard because everybody else is stronger. Well, the Empire doesn't have colonies other than Southernburg, right? And this is Southern Realms in the game. You will never play Gelt again. Oh boy. Fighting Tomb Kings with turn 4 Tomb Swarm. Oh man, don't say such things. Well, Aliyat and Al-Kalabat, this is Arabi, yeah. This is not Arabi. Yeah, and Hekara is under sand. They're, you know, sleeping. I mean, these at the beginning of the campaign, this is ruins, and this is ruins. So what is the game trying to tell us with this? Just teasing us, right? You have a province called Coast of Araby, and you have a province called Great Desert of Araby. The faction that is present in the Black Tower of Arkan and the Pulse of Despair can easily be removed. It just feels like a placeholder. Aside from Tomb Kings, there is nothing in Southern Realm. A new faction in towns there would make sense. I don't know, this spot looks bad for the Empire. It almost looked like the next... What were they saying? They're gonna put another faction pack? Campaign pack? If they make another campaign pack, what else than other than Araby can it be? And you have Coast of Araby, Great Desert of Araby, and the Land of Dervishes. I don't think we're gonna see another campaign pack in Warhammer 2. I don't think it's happening. We're gonna get we're going to get what's it called, the Lord Pack, Lizardman and Skaven, and wait for Warhammer 3. Maybe Kislev at the end before Warhammer 3. So we get Lizardman and Skaven just before summer, and towards the end of Warhammer 2, before they declared the game dead by announcing Warhammer 3, we might get Kislev. My bad, Kislev. So Kislev as the something will definitely be a pre-purchase for. I mean, Norska was kind of like a campaign pack, right? There might be a campaign pack just before they when they announced Warhammer 3. So Norska was the last campaign pack and last DLC they released in Warhammer 1, and it was also a pre-purchase bonus for Warhammer 2. Something like that probably will happen with Warhammer 3. I'm looking forward to the time where the dwarves will not be at the end of the map, but the dwarves will be in the middle of the map. Dwarves will be like here, and this eastern part of the map. Yeah, they're gonna be in the middle. The old world is gonna be in the center. This doesn't feel right though. This sea distance if they add something else there. They make the old world too big, while the new world too small. So the old world is going to be the biggest part, while the biggest part should be the new world and the Warhammer 3 stuff. Summary of the chat with LH today. We need Storm Fiends in this game. That's the summary. Storm Fiends are coming. They're coming. Yeah, this is not gonna feel right with the with this thing here. You might need to make old world smaller to accommodate the third part of the map. And maybe we actually see Huahuan Desert fixed, because it's triggering me. You have no idea, guys, how much this is triggering me. And if they fix this, look at this shit. Look at this shit. If they fix this too, we might. I promise, guys, I'll play Three Kingdoms in 2000 and what year it is? Before 2021. If they fix this shit. It's gonna be hilarious when this same bug is in Three Kingdoms. So if they fix this, the long-term partnership bug, we'll play Three Kingdoms before 2021. Yeah. I'm going off now. We had a little chat here, we're showing some stuff. Tomorrow, I'm not sure what's gonna be happening. I'll try, guys. I'll do my best to start something.
For the wisdom
I'm
of
trying to wait, you know, for the 2nd of February before we go back to Warhammer 2. You know, new campaign, not just Jibber Jabber. We'll see. We went through the patch notes and we're talking about you know, some stuff, speculations. What happens on the February 2nd? We start with the Bretonnia campaign, but we probably start earlier because I have nothing else to do. I cannot survive a month without Warhammer 2/Total War. Warhammer has ruined all the Total War, so pretty much Warhammer 2 is Total War. I can't survive a whole month. This is gonna be it, boys. Thank you for being here, listening to Jibber Jabber. I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow. It's gonna be a late stream, and we might start a campaign in Warhammer 2. We might. A Thrones of Britannia campaign? Oh, I'm not touching that shit. That's the only Total War they made worse with patching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Ciao.